To Moca's and all the bells and bows. Where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong. And the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no cloud to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show a real and you already home. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pull up to the bells and bowls like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section. Just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Moca, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Moca got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Moca ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. No la bell, no la boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. To show a real and you already home. Moca said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh, welcome.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. I truly hope everyone is having an awesome day today. Whoo, child. I first of all want to apologize for my tardiness. That don't happen very often. But today, when I made that thumbnail, I'm like, okay, what do I want to talk about? I decided to pull these two other rabbits out of the hat. Little did I know, Shanitra Speaks. Shout out to her with the receipts. Shanitra Speaks dropped phone calls this evening between Jarvis and Frank. Honey child, honey child, honey child. When I tell you I was running late because I sat there and I listened and I listened and I listened some more. Frank is a liar. Let's get that out of the way. First of all, y'all saw the title. Jarvis Butts called them friends. Why didn't Frank and King stop the little visitors? And I know y'all saw that thumbnail too. Friends, how many of us have them? What did Frank and King really know? Y'all, we're going to talk about it tonight. Because you see, one thing about me, them goddamn jail calls, man, they were being repetitive and the women are just as dumb. I got tired of hearing this inmate has requested that you pay for the call. No, Nay, I don't want to hear you. Kizzy, I don't want to hear you. Angel, I don't want to hear you sleeping. Fiance, I'm sick of you talking in circles, pretending y'all ain't know nothing. Even after the whole world started watching, knowing Naziah is missing. No, 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 no. Tonight we're going to talk about the people that was closest to Jarvis than the women that thought they were the closest. His so-called friends, his business partners, the people that he was with every damn day. Because let me tell you something. How in the hell were these little girls allowed around these grown men at these shops over and over and over again? And now suddenly everybody blind, deaf, dumb, crazy, and don't remember shit. And I know somebody may be out there in the bushes saying, Lord, Moca trying to accuse people. No, the fuck I ain't. What we doing tonight is talking about what's already publicly out there, and we're going to question it all. Because none of this is adding up. 1 minute they're alleging, oh, I just know him because he's my business partner. That's King. Then after he get arrested and convictions start happening, it turns into I barely knew him. Oh, I don't see him in a courtroom. Then Frank, I had no dealings with him. I didn't like him. He stole from me. I already got a body on my sleeve. I don't mind catching another. That was Frank. Child, please. Miss me with all of that. Then you got courtroom testimony, recorded conversations, people showing up at sentencing. That was Frank. You got Frank promising jobs after release. But somehow everybody wants the public to believe they saw absolutely nothing, heard absolutely nothing, know absolutely nothing. No, not tonight. Not tonight. Because tonight we're going to talk about the enabling. We're going to talk about the contradictions. We're going to talk about them two grown-ass men and the things that they ignored in broad damn daylight. Because one thing about this porch, we're going to definitely ask questions. Whether they're comfortable or uncomfortable, we will ask them. I see y'all coming up in here. Welcome to the porch, baby. Happy Tuesday to all my beautiful Nola Bell Bows cousins and friends. Come on in here. Come on in here. Wipe your feet at the door. Make sure you hit the like button for your girl. Grab your drink, grab your snacks, and come on have a seat on this good old porch tonight. Make sure y'all hit the like button for your girl. Share out the live stream. And y'all know we talk about things in here. Double tap those emojis on the right. So you too can know tonight we are out on the porch. We are definitely on the porch. And if you are new here tonight, welcome, baby. On this porch. Over here, we laugh together, we talk together, we cry together, we question things together. And sometimes we do drag the hell out of situations that simply don't make no damn sense. And tonight we got some things to unpack. Because, baby, if y'all heard what I heard, we got a conversation. Now, let me just say everything discussed during tonight's live stream is based on publicly discussed information, telephone calls, allegations, opinions, and commentary. Over here, we're discussing things for awareness and educational purposes only. Ain't this something? And as always, our commentary, our opinions, our reactions, and discussions are protected under fair use and the Copyright Act of 1976. All right, now, guys, let's get up in here, get up in here. And before we get too deep into this conversation tonight, I need y'all to wake up for me in here. If y'all can hear me loud and clear, if y'all ready for tonight's conversation, and if y'all ready to ask the most uncomfortable questions there is, drop some red flags in this chat for your girl. And if you believe grown people should always protect children instead of pretending not to see shit, not to know shit, drop some eyes in the chat all through this motherfucker from Moca. I see you, niece. Welcome, Star. Happy Tuesday, my love. My girl Sunshine is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to my moderators for always holding the porch down. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, is here. Welcome, sis. Happy Tuesday to you. April Webster, in her absence, she's taking the night off. My sister, Black Goddess, is here. Happy Tuesday, sis. Hope all is well. Simone, welcome, baby. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday, boo. Messy Assy, welcome, love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Jackson, I see you, my love. Welcome. Shreya, welcome, baby. Welcome. Look at Tiffany up in here. Hey, boo. Hey, my girl, Lori. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Belinda. Welcome, boo. Miss Gemini. Welcome, love. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Look at my girl Marty is up in here. Welcome, sister. Re-Rab. Welcome, 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 niece. Welcome. My girl PJ is here. Welcome, sis. Welcome. Belinda say yes, yes, yes. Lying Frank. Girl, he's lying. I don't give a damn. He's lying. Belinda said they all going to jail. They all of them. Everybody that had a phone call, they're going to jail. Tiffany said, yeah, Mocha, they know something. And that's a fact, girl. They know. Look at my girl Essie in here. Hey, boo. Sunshine says Frank and King knew everything and sit up there acting like a dumb clown. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Marty said, with friends like them, boy, you don't need enemies. They were that. Carla Henry, I see you, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tiffany said it is what it is. It's not adding the hell up at all, and it is not. Yours truly, JJ. I see you, my love. Happy Tuesday to you, boo. Woo, Tiffany said, and King saw Jarvis in that courtroom. Just selfishness towards that baby. Sad, I tell you. They none ain't shit. That's all I know. Cynthia Harmon, welcome. No nonsense. Welcome, my love. Leopard, I see you, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. PJ said, Mocha, that fiance knows more than she telling. Dumb, trying to speak in code. I need to know who she pulled out of that river. PJ girl. Because you see that code with I almost drowned in the pool? Baby, that was a river. That was a river. Hey, Cycle One, welcome, my love. Welcome. Marty said it's all about they want to do the crime, but they don't want to do the time. There's no loyalty among thieves. I'm sure it's the same motto for the sickos. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate the red flags. I appreciate the eyes, guys. We're going to talk about it. CM King, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. Baby, listen. Y'all, I sit there and I listen. I listen. I listen. I listen. Absolutely, JJ. Naziah Harris is her name. Abusua, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you, baby. PJ said roll him up, needs to be under the jail with this lying ass. Absolutely. Absolutely. JJ said these calls is proof. If you don't believe in a higher power, crazy work. JJ, this shit is crazy in your words, diabolical. Belinda says that's aiding and abetting. They should be in jail. Belinda, every last one of them. Look at my sister Warrior. Hey, boo. Warrior said, Queen Mocha, I'm just stopping by to say hi and I love you. And you know I love you even more, Warrior. I always appreciate when you stop by and sit on the porch with us. She said the porch conversation, I listened to the replay. It had me laughing and crying. I hope I catch your next one. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's always good to have you here with me, Warrior. 504, I see you, baby. Welcome, welcome. Hope your Tuesday is going great. Yolanda, welcome, my love. Kimberly Earls, I see you, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whew, let's get it started, y'all. Now, Ms. Miracle's mom, welcome, baby. JJ said they're caring for children like Detroit. We need to do better. Absolutely. 64 days, 2 months after Naziah has been declared missing and DPD done got on the case. Tell me why. Tell me why Jarvis is making calls to Frank. Tell me why Frank and Jarvis is having conversation. Thank you, my beautiful sister, Black Goddess. My girl says, what don't come out in a wash will definitely come out in a rinse. They're going to jail. They going to jail. Roz, welcome, my love. Look at my girl, J. Rose. What up, though? J. Rose is on the porch. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Baby. Frank calls with Jarvis started after the auto shop was raided, right? Now remember, Frank said he only spoke with them once since he was locked up. And let's not forget, Jarvis didn't want that fiance going up to that shop without him being on that phone. So something was definitely wrong with Jarvis not wanting that fiance near Frank without him. But anyway, make a long story short, Jarvis is on the phone with Frank. Something is wrong with Frank. Something is wrong with Jarvis. Something is wrong with them. Because before I even get into the things that Frank said, y'all, I got a problem. I have a problem with roll 'em up. Roll 'em up. Roll 'em up. Hey, Victoria, welcome, my love. Victoria says they will need the big paddy wagon. Absolutely. Roll 'em up as he was addressing Jarvis. Now we know, to the women, Jarvis is J. Roll 'em up says, what's going on, buddy? Oh, yeah, baby. What's happening, baby? Because, baby, you know I love you. I got your back. I'm fighting for you, baby. I'm fighting for you. 100%, baby. I'm fighting for you. Another phone call. Frank sitting up there. Jarvis said, what's up? Frank said, what's going on, handsome? Welcome. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel, Marty. Marty says pension day. Thank you, baby. Now, y'all, I got a problem with the language that Frank used in his conversations with Jarvis. What man, and please don't tell me that's Detroit lingo. What man is going to call another man handsome? What man is going to address another man as baby? What man is going to tell another man, I love you, man? I got a problem with that. I got a damn problem with that. This shit is diabolical, say like JJ. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, man. I got you. I'm out here. I'm fighting for you. Don't worry about it. Then here he is. Here he is telling Jarvis some shit about cutting your hair, cutting your hair to get rid of evidence and changing your look. This shit is not real. Whew. Now remember, Jarvis said he did not want to communicate with Frank because Frank owed him $7,000. And Jarvis had this conversation with none other than King. Right? Y'all remember that conversation? When Jarvis had this conversation with King and Jarvis telling King, man, when I get out of here, that nigga owe me $7,000. When I get out of here, it's up. That's what he said. And y'all remember I talked about that the other night. I said Roller Muff was going to put his hands on him because of that threat. So listen, Linda. Not even 2 days after that conversation that Jarvis had with King about Frank, not even 2 days after that conversation Jarvis had with King about Frank, why is it that Jarvis is on the phone? Why is it that Jarvis is on the phone with Frank? First thing out of Frank's mouth, baby, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you, baby. Frank talking 100 miles an hour on that call. But he never forgot to ask Jarvis, what were the people telling him? Because the people hadn't already gone to Frank. And I believe it was bullshit that Frank was feeding Jarvis in that moment. Frank was telling Jarvis, because I told him they had the wrong dude. They got the wrong guy. Well, Frank, if you feel that way, how do you know it's the wrong guy? Frank said, because Jay, baby, you know me. Baby, like I said, maybe you could talk to the judge. I'll even go put in a good word for you. You know, kind of get you on house arrest or something. I'll tell him you got a job. Man, oh man, oh man. Jess, I see you, my love. Welcome, welcome. Y'all, this shit is insane. This shit is insane. JJ said, remember? $7,000 Fadi said Jarvis said Fadi owes. And Fadi says Jarvisa owes him. Yes, Lord. Backwards back. A little bit of truth in every lie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Whew. JJ said, Mocha, don't you want to know how many times I spit on my screen, girl? This is a goddamn mess. Frank should be ashamed of himself. He sat on Toot's platform and lied his ass off trying to convince America that he had nothing to do with Jarvis Butts. He said in the phone call, because baby, I know you're a good dude. You done been around my family. You done been to my house. You done been with my baby mamas. You done been around my children. Hey. Woo. Victoria said, who's number one? Frank or Kane? Girl. Frank. Frank. Whoo, child. Ron said, I have a problem with shop owner too. He's a problem. He's a goddamn liar for sure. And that's a fact. JJ said, it's the theatrics on this baby girl's name for me. And listen, I don't give a damn. They knew. And we ain't gonna mention these little women right now because they knew some shit too. They knew some shit too. PJ said, Mocha sound like somebody got some sugar in their tank. Very sweet. Absolutely. I believe that. If I didn't want to ever believe it, I believe it right now. Oh, yeah. That phone call told, those phone calls, should I say, told the whole story. JJ said, I know none of them big fucking dummies on that call never would have thought the reporting from jail would get released on what and what other odds. Absolutely, JJ. And I hope some more come out too, baby. I hope some more. Oh, I can believe they're fruity. Oh, yeah. Frank was a whole box of Fruit Loops. Frank was a whole damn box of Fruit Loops. You hear me? Chandra, welcome, boo. J. Rose said that's some Diddy shit. Ariane said Mocha had been together for 5 long years. That's what Roll 'em Up said. Absolutely. But Roll 'em Up claimed, hey, Alex, happy Tuesday, baby. Katrina, welcome and happy Tuesday, my love. But Linda said, I know Frank shame now. No, he's not. He thought he got away with it. It ain't over, baby. It ain't the fuck over. No, it ain't. Shop owner told on himself. Then Jarvis sitting up there and he's talking to Frank nonchalantly. Frank rallying on, cause baby, I got you, baby. Baby, I got you, you know. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. You good in there? You good? Jarvis kept mumbling. Somebody's behind this. I ain't do this shit. Somebody's behind this. Somebody's setting me up. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, I know. You ain't do this. Somebody set you up. Somebody set you up. So then Jarvis says, hey, do you know if King got around to moving those tools out the shop? Well, check this out. Hey, Jasmona, welcome, my love. Run, do it. Welcome, baby. Happy Tuesday. Cynthia Garrett, welcome, my love. Listen, Jarvis asked a question. Jarvis said, hey, did King get around to moving the tools out of the shop? Tell me why Frank says, oh, yeah, Jay, baby, don't worry about it, baby. That's all taken care of. Yeah, King got a U-Haul down there to move the tools. Now, hold up, wait a goddamn minute, because I got a question. And chat, I'm hoping y'all could help me answer this question, right? Jarvis asked were the tools moved when they raided the shop. Somebody please make me understand, why did Cordell have to rent a big old ass U-Haul truck? Beautiful soul, welcome, my love. Why would they have to rent a big old U-Haul truck to pack up screwdrivers and wrenches and jacks. So what else got in that U-Haul truck is the $1,000,000 question. What else got into that U-Haul truck? That's the $1,000,000 question. And I need y'all help on that. Y'all don't find it suspicious that Cordell had to get a U-Haul to remove screwdrivers and wrenches and pliers and jacks? Ain't that some shit? Tiffany said, handsome, baby. Mocha, ain't no telling what was going on up there at that shop. A lot was going on at that shop. And that's why in his earlier interview, he had no problem saying that it was okay for them women to drop their children there. Like it was a goddamn picnic. What grown man finds it okay for children to be at a goddamn auto shop? Roll them up. You got some questions that you need to answer. But Linda said, Nazaria needed protection from all those children. From all those adults. Absolutely. Absolutely. Victoria says, baby, when these calls came out, the lies, the betrayal, Victoria. I wonder, Victoria, I think they truly thought the calls would never surface. This is insane. Sunshine says they wanted Jarvis out so they could keep recruiting more kids. Girl, thank you so very much, Black Goddess. Mocha, they can play on somebody else's tops, not ours. Damn PDF files. Absolutely. And that's who they are. Look at my girl, Natasha. Welcome, boo. Happy Tuesday to you. Belinda said, yep, those 7K was for something, and it damn sure wasn't cars. Belinda, you better believe that. Because Belinda, the 7K has been mentioned too damn many times. I always said the evangelist spoke on a 7K, right? The evangelist told part of the story because part of the story is what they wanted him to tell. That's why they gave it to him in bits and pieces. He fucked it up. So y'all gonna have to answer for them $7,000. Cordell, where the hell you at? Because it ain't even about your tether no more. Because you lied. And not only did you lie allegedly, you were there day in and day out with all them kids. And them slow ass women, Nazaria wasn't the only one at those shops. All the women that then came to service, I could bet my last dollar that them other little girls were there as well. And all these hoes is on the phone worried about is why Jarvis left them. What they missing? When he coming home? And not one of them is concerned about what he's charged with and what he could have possibly done their own children. Jay said Fadi has huge plays in this case. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. Ariane said, Mocha, I knew Roll 'em Up was going to pop out with King. Didn't I tell y'all? But Mocha crazy. Mocha don't know what she talking about. And let me show you how God works. I made that thumbnail this morning. I said, because they have to answer for the roles that they played. I said, we keep talking about these raggedy ass phone calls with these desperate ass women every night. We got to bring them two to the front of the class. And let me show you how God works. I had no idea Shanitra was dropping those calls today. And I'm so glad about it. Mariah, welcome, my love. Welcome. Marty says, I told you time ago, King and Jarvis were friends with benefits. They loved old dreams. That $7,000 sure doing rounds of, of who it belonged to. Absolutely. And that's cool. Marty, that's cool. They think we slow. Absolutely, raw shop owner told on his damn self. Victoria says the rotation had to be hazardous. They had to wait their turns and claims relationship for years. And oh, girl, Alex, I see you, my love. Belinda said Detroit PD heard this for themselves. They damn sure did. Thank you, Black Goddess. My girl said all those prices for motors were codes for allegedly prices for trafficking kids. King, bring your black ass here. Absolutely, sis. They know. Natasha said that whole group is just nasty. We'll do anything for $1. Not just anything for $1. Anything allegedly for kids. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. Now, earlier, a lot of shit could have been speculated. But listen to them damn phone calls right about now. Now, to hell with all of that. Where the hell is Naziah Harris? Where is Naziah? That's the $1 million question. Oh, no, baby, don't worry about it. Baby, baby, I believe in you. I got you, baby. I got you. What? What? And it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Now the $1 million question is this. Frank says in that phone call, because baby, don't worry about it, baby. I got you covered. I'm keeping you protected. I called a meeting here at the shop, and I advise all my employees to never speak about this situation ever again, or they will be fired on the spot. Now hold the hell up. Why the hell? Because y'all remember, he showed his ass up in that court claiming he couldn't stand Jarvis. Claiming he fired Jarvis. Now, if you fired this man before he went to jail, why the hell are you accepting calls, putting money on books for him to make these calls, bitch? And then you have a meeting with your employees. Erica Red, welcome, sis. You're having meetings with your employees and threatening to fire them if they talk about it. So what are you trying to keep in the shop? What are you trying to keep in the shop? That's a level of protection. And it damn sure ain't protecting Jarvis. Jarvis is a hell of a monster. But I want you all to know tonight, he ain't the only monster. That playground was full. Now, Jarvis had done fed all this information to King just 3 days before him and Frank talked. Frank was even offering Jarvis money to put on his books. Jarvis turned it down. Jarvis turned it down. First, Jarvis was contacting Frank through the slow girlfriend. And then the conversation became so comfortable. Jarvis was calling Frank on his own. JJ said, Frank, like I said, take a seat. Several of them. Absolutely, JJ. Absolutely. I don't give a damn. It ain't no more, at this point, it ain't no more shutting up about this case. And the reason why it ain't no more shutting up, this case is still wide open. Still wide open. JJ said Jarvis and Frank are two and the same. They're right. They're both the same motherfuckers. JJ. See how Frank lied when he said, see, that was his way of getting himself out of this bullshit, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Frank was trying to get himself out of the bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all remember when he said some people came looking for Jarvis and described a whole different person, described him, said Jarvis said he was using his name. Frank said Jarvis was using his name, but the looks weren't the same. That was that moment that he was trying to get my girl, me, what's going on? Boo Banga, welcome, my love. That was that moment where he was trying to distance himself from this whole situation. It's too fucking late. Diva, welcome, my love. Too fucking late. Alex says, Jarvis definitely sound like he's on some of that Diddy stuff. Not just Jarvis, boo. Not just Jarvis. We need the calls from King. We done got calls from Frank. Huh? Oh, yes, Lord, we did. And for those of you who have not heard the call, Sanitra's speech just dropped them hot. Shout out to her. Ariane said that whole Detroit is red flags, ABCs, and 1, 2, 3s. Ariane, my girl, you called it. You called it. Black God, it says when they went and got that U-Haul in the name of moving wrenches and pliers and jacks and shit. The girl said they were moving evidence. They were moving evidence. Stinking ass. Absolutely. And I hope nobody took that shit lightly. Frank had no idea. Frank had no idea, or he just didn't give a damn. When he went to Jarvis Butts sentencing, he had no idea. Or again, he just didn't give a damn that it was being recorded. I got one body on my sleeve. Leisure lady, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday. So you really went to be a distraction. And I think I called that too. That was a distraction because you lied talking about the detective called you to show up in court. That's bullshit. Then you sat there and you said you caught an Uber to court because you had your bail money. Who the hell you thought you was fooling with that lie? Who did you think you were fooling with that lie? And then Jarvis charges disappeared. Y'all don't think that's talk worthy? You got to charge for selling images, distribution, and they just disappear. Detroit, the world is watching you. So it's time that you do a little better with this situation since this case is alive and well and still active because there's no sign of a Naziah Harris. My girl PJ said, Moca, they probably was moving evidence. That's what I believe, PJ. Alex says, that's what I'm wondering as well. What else? What else did they put in that U-Haul truck? Everybody want to act like Jarvis was just walking around in some invisible bubble by himself. No, the fuck he was not. We had Frank. We had King. We had these dizzy ass women. They worked with him. They talked to him. They sat around him. They did business with him. And now everybody want to act like they was clueless. Nah, get the fuck on. Mm-mm. No, we ain't doing that. And I'm like JJ. Nazaria Harris is her name. JJ said he told a story. You just have to really listen to these idiots. Absolutely. Beautiful Soul said they had a storage. That's what they said. Thank you, Leisure Lady, for always supporting the channel, my love. Thank you so very much. My girl, the butterfly, that hit the building. Welcome, sister, welcome. They ain't had no goddamn storage. Victoria said they were moving weight. Victoria, you better talk about it, sis. Victoria said they were moving weight. Shit, I could talk in code too. I could talk in code too. Talk it, Victoria, talk it. Y'all repeatedly seen these girls in this shop day in and day out. Whether it was daylight, nighttime, it didn't matter. Just the fact that y'all was some grown ass men and y'all felt it was okay. That's a damn problem. So again, where's Nazaria Harris? The possibility and the probabilities of finding Nazaria Harris, we know it's slim to none. Let's be honest. That man set his ass on that platform with a smirk on his fucking face. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the video. And he said this: when they find the body, I'll help pay for the funeral. And if nobody picked that shit up when he did what he did and said what he said, that was a red flag right there. Drag racing, welcome, my love. Ariane said, roll him up, said, I love you. I'm fighting for you. Baby, when you coming home? That sounds more like a lover than a friend. That sound, Ariane, that sounded allegedly more like a lover than a friend. I love you. I'm fighting for you. Baby, when you coming home? Jarvis said, December. Oh, baby, you ain't got long. Baby, oh, baby, that's not a long time. Make this shit. We can't, listen, at this stage of the game, we cannot make this shit up. Those of you that are just coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. If you've not hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button for your girl. We're talking about Frank. We're talking about the newly released phone calls between Frank and Jarvis Butts. The same Frank that said he didn't like Jarvis. The same Frank that said he couldn't stand Jarvis. The same Frank that said he fired Jarvis. But the same Frank that sit there accepted collect calls from Jarvis. The same Frank that offered to put money on Jarvis' books. The same Frank that agreed and told Jarvis, I'm going to fix the same car that Jarvis drove around all night. That night, tore up, wrecked up, that same car that Jarvis tore up. Frank agreed and told Jarvis, I'll fix it for free. So how the fuck can you believe or trust somebody who said one thing, thinking it would satisfy the people, and get on a phone call with Jarvis Butts and say something else? Man, man, man. Make this shit make sense. JJ say, they do say God work in mysterious ways. And I need mysterious, and I mean mysterious ways. JJ, absolutely. And look, JJ, look, mysterious ways, girl. That thumbnail, I made that this morning. And then when I was coming on, when I got home, I said, well, Lord, Sinitra about to drop a bomb. I said, thank you, Lord. Man, Ron says, because it wasn't about moving tools. They had an auto shop. The shop would have been able to house all that. Absolutely. So why the hell would he tell Jarvis, oh, we got a storage? They put it in storage. Mm-mm. Justice for Naziah. Because this shit ain't right. And it's a goddamn shame that these sorry ass women ain't opening their mouths to say what they know as well, because these hoes know. They know. And y'all mad at the wrong thing. They in their feelings and they mad behind other women. They ain't worried about what's going on with Naziah. They're not even worried about what's going on with their own children. They're mad at the fact that they weren't the only woman. Tiffany said, yes, indeed, that's suspicious. Why would you need a U-Haul for tools? The math ain't math. Then Frank gonna sit up here and say, I love you, man. You're good. You're good. You're good people. You were around my children. You were around my family. You were in my house. You were even with my baby mamas. What? Victoria says JB brought $7K worth of work. Imagine that. Imagine that. And I believe that JB delivered the goods. In my opinion, I believe JB delivered the goods and Frank stiffed him. And because he delivered the goods and got stiffed, that's what that courtroom appearance was for. JJ said a little bit of truth in every lie. And wow, it's all coming together. By golly. That's her word. By golly. Absolutely, JJ. It's coming together. All you have to do is wait on it. Wait on it. But Moca was crazy. Moca making up shit over there. Frank ain't got nothing to do with nothing. King ain't got nothing to do with everything that's coming to light today. I called it from the very beginning. And those of you, and you kill welcome, my love. Those of you that has been here with me from the beginning. Did I not? Did I or did I not? The very same things that's being laid in front of us today. Did I not call it? Hang tight, JJ. King calls maybe next. Mariah said, you sure did, Mocha? Absolutely. Absolutely. Mimi said it's not just small tools and machines in an auto shop, to be fair. Well, I get that. I get that. I get that. It's not just small tools. I get that. But how much work did they really do over there? Tiffany said they had some trafficking going on at that shop, Tiffany. Tiffany. Listen, if they didn't have it going on, the fucked up part, all the signs are pointing straight to the shop. Rod says auto shops have craftsman tools, but even the larger equipment wouldn't be for a U-Haul. That part, Roz. That part. Because my thing is, why would he have a move the tools when it's your shop any goddamn way? When it's your shop any goddamn way. J. Rose says, what the law can't do, judgment day will, and it will. Oh, yes, Lord, it will. My sister said, all those prices for motors were codes for allegedly prices for trafficking. King, bring your ass here. Bring your ass here, King. Like we slow. Like we slow. JJ said, Lord, protect me from my friend. Because I can't handle my enemies. You bet I can handle my enemies. Girl, you better say that, JJ. I can handle them. Ron says, even an engine hoist, a person wouldn't use an U-Haul. Hell no, Roz, it wouldn't fit in a U-Haul. No. You need a record truck for that. You need a record truck for that. Carla Henry, that's right. Where's Naziah, Carla? That's all we want to know. Sunshine said, King got that U-Haul truck to move more than tools. They full of shit. Sunshine, sister, you better know it was more than just for tools. Y'all sit your ass there. Saw these children running in and out of this shop, hanging around this shop like that shit was normal. And it wasn't a secret. This shit was done openly. So several people saw these children playing around in these damn shops. And even y'all ragged ass customers, if y'all had some, they ignored the fact that those children were there as well. So there's a lot of damn people involved in this shit. Grown men seen and participating in this shit repeatedly. So naturally, people like me, you, and everybody else is going to ask, where was one responsible adult in all this shit? Y'all all crooked. And y'all had a motive. And Jarvis Butts' dumbass was greedy for $1. He was greedy for $1 because if y'all remember the phone calls that Jarvis had, Jarvis told one of his women, oh, he told North Carolina, let's talk about it. The codes were coding. Now, Jarvis Butts said he hadn't spent $10,000 on bail bonds and shit like that. And that money was supposed to be returned to him from the courts. Said 10. Jarvis said he had to wait 7 to 10 days to get it. And it was going to be transferred to his baby mama. Angel was supposed to be getting it. I don't believe that $10,000 back. I don't believe that. I don't believe that part. What I do believe is roll them up. Roll them up had been promised Jarvis Butts with his slow ass. Take this charge, shut your mouth, and I'm going to make it good. And I believe that's the money he was sitting there banking on. Because from the way all of this shit played out, now that we know what we know from hearing these last phone calls, how many of you all believe? How many of you all believe Jarvis Butts was promised something? And listen, I hope nobody takes away from this that I'm giving Jarvis Butts any credit for nothing. I can't stand Jarvis Butts, the shit that he's done, nor the person that he is. How many of you all believe that somebody promised Jarvis Butts a beautiful life? You do this and we're going to give you that. And just like that, they flipped on his ass like a light switch. And his slow ass, hungry for $1, he went along with it and didn't open his mouth, didn't expose nobody. And when the fiance started getting mad with Jarvis in them calls and snapping on Jarvis in them calls, and I'm going to tell you why she started snapping on Jarvis in them calls, in my opinion. In my opinion, her attitude changed. In my opinion, everything about this woman changed when she started going down to Frank's auto shop. Jarvis, you sitting your dumb ass in jail and Frank paying the bills at that house. She no longer was riding a scooter, thanks to Frank. It is what it is. Jarvis couldn't open his mouth and tell on Shannon. Jarvis couldn't open his mouth and tell on no goddamn body, right? Because he was promised XYZ to shut up and suck it up. And that's just my opinion. Hey, fella, welcome, boo. Victoria said, Frankie lifted that protection. Terrible, terrible movie skit. Oh, Victoria, this is a mess, girl. This is a goddamn mess. Ariane said, Moca, remember? Roll him up said in court. Oh, Roll him up said he was in court all day. Doing what, Roll him up? Doing what? When he said he was in court all day and he couldn't answer Jarvis Butts' phone call, he lied. He was talking about rental property and shit. He lied. He was going to give up the goods on Jarvis Butts. He told on that ass. And the problem with all of that is, again, like I said, Jarvis Butts was slow. Jarvis Butts put faith in somebody who didn't give a damn about him at the end of the day, because Jarvis, you had done all the dirty work. had done the dirty work, Jarvis, and the higher ups, the people that roll them up answers to, those people told roll them up that Jarvis has now become a fucking liability. So why keep investing in a liability? And he didn't want to believe it. He thought roll them up loved him. Baby, I got you. I believe in you, baby. Oh, baby, I told those people that you're good people. I'm supporting you all the way. I got you. Whatever you need, I got it. Baby, I ain't gonna let you down. Set his ass up. Sunshine, sunshine. He called that man baby so much, and after every baby, it was I love you. Hey, Yolanda, welcome, baby. After every baby, it was truly I love you. That shit didn't sit well with me. JJ said, because Frank little baby is Jarvis. When your own words are used against you, that part. And Jarvis sitting his slow ass in Wayne County like he running shit. Oh, he talked a good game to them women. Jarvis is color the rainbow as well. Jarvis talked a good game to them women. When he talked to all those women, he had a bark in his voice. Oh, baby, he was barking. He was barking. He only whispered when he lied. But then when a man got on the other line, his whole demeanor changed. His whole tone changed. Shit. Karen, I see you, my love. Welcome and happy Tuesday to you, baby. J. Rose, officially, you hear me? Officially. And I don't give a damn how he try to clean it up. It ain't no cleaning up to this shit. Ain't no cleaning this. J. Rose says he's been officially exposed. There will be some arrests coming. We go pray for it. But money talks in Detroit. Money talks and bullshit walks in Detroit. We are witnesses to that. Detroit, you should be ashamed of yourself. JJ says, hey, JJ, he should have kept his ass off of YouTube for real, for real. He should have stayed in the shadows and just listened. He should have stayed in the damn shadows. Nah. Ron says, but then the shop owner comes in the courtroom like he's disgusted and acted the same way on the interview. Absolutely. Absolutely, Roz. But that was to throw us off. But shop owner had no idea that these calls would be released. Right now, I bet you that bitch got the bubble guts. Them draws shitty like a motherfucker. He don't believe, child. Somebody done called him and told him that the calls are released. Somebody done told him the calls are out. Now he's going to have to answer to who's higher than him. Now you're going to have to answer to who's higher than you, because who's higher than you, shop owner, he's going to tell you that that was messy. He's going to tell you, just like Jarvis did some messy work, you did some messy work as well. You hit platforms to tell your story. You showed up in courtrooms to throw your weight around, but you had bitch ass phone calls on the back end. So let's make this shit make a whole lot of sense. We'll know exactly. We'll know exactly what the fuck happened when we no longer see the shops open. Marty said King do enough when he on the street. DV caught on probation with lady of the night in another state too. Yet he not getting recalled to prison to serve time. King, did you get immunity with your baby mama Shannon? Shut your mouth, Marty, and keep talking. Immunity. Hoo-yah. This is some shit here. Diva said, hey, Diva says, now did you hear Roll 'em Up say, I got the files? Now when do they keep files? Diva. That part. Diva. My mouth fell in my lap. Cause I'm like, okay, Roll 'em Up. Hold up, goddammit. You said I got the files. What kind of files are there in an auto shop? An auto shop, bitch, that you supposedly had no connections with. You had no connections with this shop. It was supposed to be for King and Jarvis. Remember? You fired him because he stole from you. So why will we talk files? Uh-huh. That was a code for what? I cleaned it up. It's in my possession now. The paper trail won't lead back to me. Ain't this a bitch? Ain't this a bitch? Receipts. Receipts where I done gave him XYZ amount. I still owe XYZ amount. Could that be part of the file? I'll be damned. J. Rose, that's who J. Rose. J. Rose said, how does it go from it's up when I get out of here to I got you? That's the $1 million question. How does it go from it's up? Oh, it's up between me and that motherfucker when I get out of here. And it goes from that to I got you. Peekaboo. Whoo, child. JJ said the deceiver tries to control the narrative, to control the perspective. Is part of manipulation. That's why he came to you too. That's it and that's all. We knew that. He didn't think we would ever know that. This is crazy work. Again, where is Naziah Harris? Too many fucking players in this game. And we ain't gonna line up all these players on the field and nobody knows the fucking play. Make this shit make sense. So why are we even in the game if y'all don't know the play? Why are we even in the game if nobody knows the play? And although, hey, OG Bone, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you. And although these calls have been released, money talks. Again, like I said, and bullshit walks. Detroit, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. My girl says, in my opinion, in my opinion, the shop was the base for the child pic and the videos. Absolutely. They were trafficking and selling images of what they were doing to those kids. And they were all captured in devices owned by Jarvis Butts. And for him knowing all that he knew, why is it that Jarvis Butts, there's a reason why Jarvis never said a word. There's a reason why Jarvis never ratted on nobody. Because Jarvis was promised something on the back end. He was promised something. Sunshine said everything Roll him up said out of his mouth was bullshit. And it was. And it was, sister, it was. Guys, if you don't mind, maybe you forgot. Hit the like button for your girl. It's free 99 to hit that like button. It sure is. I would truly appreciate it. Absolutely, Roz. He had to made the story. Jarvis stole from him. So if he stole from you, why are you still in communication with it? JJ said they meant to say, go get the U-Haul so you can move the body. There's a little bit of truth in every lie. Absolutely. Look at my girl. My girl said, yeah, tell us how that selling image charge just disappeared. That's the $1 million question for me. That is maybe I need to call Poppy. Maybe I need to talk to Poppy. Maybe Poppy could tell me how that charge disappeared. Because maybe, just maybe, Jarvis told Angel. Shit. Because Detroit ain't saying a damn thing other than doing dirty work behind the scenes. And Angel, you're sad. You're a mother. Fiance, you're sad. You're a mother. Kizzy, you're past sad. Because you're a sorry ass mother. Shannon, there's no words for you. None. I'm going to leave Nay where she is. Poor Nay. I'm going to leave North Carolina where she is. Because she too old and she should know fucking better. And then there's Dina. All these damn women with children. And they all concerned about when he's coming home and the situation that he left them in. And none of these hoes are worried about what he's possibly done to their children. Imagine, y'all. He had no shame in taking these children to these shops. Shop owner knew all the women and shop owner knew the children. So make that make sense. Absolutely, Ross. He said he was rarely there at that shop, yet it was another story he told. JJ said, well, he think he's about that program because they allowed it, so he just doesn't give a damn, in my opinion, because he think he's great. JJ, he think he's right about everything. About everything. Boo Banger said, somebody make this shit make sense to me, please. Boo Banger, we're trying, Boo Banger, we're trying. JJ, I could just imagine you sitting behind that keyboard and listening to them calls. Girl. Rod said he had no idea. He's a fool. And he think everybody else, he really thought the world was stupid. He really thought everybody was stupid and was going to buy the bullshit that he spoke. Ariane said, Moca, it's an inside job. It's a bigger picture than just Jarvis Butts. Oh, yes, ma'am, absolutely. And if nobody could see that it's a bigger picture, if nobody could see that the involvement is deeper, bigger, way much bigger than Jarvis Butts, we got a problem. Because let me tell you, Jarvis Butts supposedly unalived himself according to the state of Michigan. Now, anytime someone supposedly commit suicide, take their own lives, there is no investigation. You did what you did. That's it and that's all. But they're saying that Jarvis Butts' body has not been released because there's an ongoing investigation surrounding his death. So please make me understand, why are we investigating a suicide? Because who could you blame other than the person that supposedly done it to themselves? So these stories are not giving, they're not giving, we were all on the same page and this is how the story was supposed to come out. The lies are being generated. Sunshine said that one body was a target to funeral home wig, and this Ninja Turtle is not to give him up. Absolutely, Sunshine. JJ said, in my opinion, Shannon and Angel teamed up. Listen, JJ, not just Shannon and Angel, because in my opinion, all these women were in cahoots together. All these women were in cahoots. My girl PJ say, Mocha, that's just why Roll 'em Up was in court. Him and the corrupted prosecutor was working hand in hand to set the plot for Jarvis' dumbass. I'm going to leave that right there and let it marinate. Because it makes sense, PJ. Roll 'em Up said the detective called him to show up in court. Now, why the fuck would a detective call you? That's what I want to know. And if memory serves me correctly, I could have sworn I heard somewhere along the line that Roll 'em Up walked out of the court with the prosecutor. You mean to tell me all these people, family members that supposedly fighting for the rights of Naziah, you mean to fucking tell me ain't nobody picked up on that? Oh, y'all part of it too? Make this shit make sense, because ain't a goddamn thing adding up right now. And everybody ain't crazy. JJ said, roll them up, started banging Angel and Shannon, in my opinion, too. Thought he was so cool. Wow. Well, one thing I can say, JJ, clearly they all have a fucking type. Ariane said they said JB was on rugs. They said he was selling it too. Well, look at who he was affiliated with. Trina Ellis, hey boo. Look who he was affiliated with. Any and everything goes. Any and everything goes with that type of operation. Children, rugs, anything illegal, stealing, anything. Trafficking, anything, baby. And we use things like auto shops. We use things like churches. We use things like, I have to go from one state to another state because I'm such a good mechanic and I got to go see about a car. We use things like that as tools to maneuver. JJ said being on a recorded line ain't meant jack shit to them. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. Marty said them three stooges. Damn. My girl called them the three damn stooges. Marty said them three stooges needed removing off the streets. Harry, Larry, and Mo. Not Harry. Larry, Curly, and Mo. Dumb, dumber, and dumbest think we're idiots over here. Like your fools are slow. She is slow gal. If them gal get any slower, they gonna go in reverse. Marty, where do they find them, Marty? Where do they find them? Bubanga said the way this ended just ain't right. It just don't sit right with me. Where is Nazaria Harris? That part, Bubanga? That's what I want to know. That's what the world wants to know. Where is Nazaria Harris? Thank you, my sister, for always supporting the channel. My sister says Moca doesn't ask for anything, Nola Bells and Bows. Let's help her meet our goal tonight, please. Thank you, sis. Bubanga, this is insane. Ron says, talking about electric chairs and already having a body. Like they were so innocent and shocked. He said a lot. He said a hell of a lot. You hear me? But that was supposed to be overlooked. Nobody was supposed to pick that up. Everybody was supposed to look at him. I'm a businessman. I don't believe in things like that. I have children. And you see, when I read them text messages that he was sending to that little girl that did something to me, bitch, stop lying. Stop lying. You were part of the fucking problem. Sunshine said that storage could have been hiding the car Nazaria was in my opinion. I don't know, but they all need to be in jail, Sunshine. Their day is coming. Drag Racing said, y'all bring her back. She might be in danger. Drag Racing, we cannot overlook that part. Drag Racing, that's a part that we'll never forget. Mimi said on the phone call, Shannon said, she don't know people at the shop to go get the key. I don't think she was really allowed up there. Only the minors from her household were allowed. At that point, I believe Shannon knew every man at that shop. At that shop, they knew Shannon. At that shop, they knew Angel. I also believe they knew Kizzy. They didn't know shit for fiance. And they didn't know nothing for the other one. Shannon and Annette got to pay for this. JJ said he still got poor Nazaria hanging out, even for an obituary. Ain't that some shit? But they care though, JJ. Bubanga said Jarvis didn't work alone. No sir, no ma'am, no pork, no ham. Somebody knows something. Bubanga is so many people that know something. You're welcome, JJ. JJ said thank you for your perspective and hard work. Thank you, boo. And to you as well. To you as well, because you're over there doing your thing. Ross said JB and shop owner were booed up. They were booed. Roz booed the fuck up. Because I've never, in all my years, seen two men communicate like that and then a goddamn thing going on. Bubanga said, you can't tell me Frank wasn't involved some way, somehow. I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. But I smell shit all the way from Philly. And if you smelling shit all the way from Philly, Bubanga, trust your nose. There you go, Leisure Lady. That's what I think the U-Haul truck was for. Along with a paper trail that would tie Jarvis Butts up to Toilet Paper Man. That's what I believe, Leisure Lady. And King knew that. King knew that. And Toilet Paper Man knew too. Me, I could have hit the floor. Jarvis said, what up? This motherfucker said, hey, handsome. Hey, handsome. How the hell you approach another man with, hey, handsome? Frank, are you okay? But you're bragging about baby mamas. You bragging about all your women and you calling another man handsome. Are you the fuck okay? Victoria said the texts were horrific, but the phone calls put everything into perspective. Bunch of crash dummies, absolutely. And I still believe those texts were staged. I don't give a goddamn. Those texts were staged to a certain point. JJ said my heart broke all over again. Because Roll 'em Up have priors as well. Hell yeah. Roll 'em Up got a record like Jarvis Butts. The difference between Roll 'em Up and Jarvis Butts, Roll 'em Up had money to clean his shit up. Jarvis was out there just doing whatever. This is crazy. Ariane said, Mocha, I told you Roll 'em Up on that shop gas station. You said it. You said it. Bubanka said, where's this baby? I don't sleep well at night. And she wasn't even my kinfolk. They never loved nor cared for her because I would be at that motherfucking river every day if it was mine. Well, guess who was at the river? Bubanga. Guess who was at the river? You hear me? None other Then Jarvis Butts' fiance. She was at the river. Now maybe we need to get her big ass to the front of the class and ask her what was her reasons for being at the river on a field trip. But we slow. Oh, I know you was on a field trip all day. I know where you was. Really? Really? Sunshine said he loved him and his good people because they all were involved in that pedal organization and have contact with each other. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. In this situation, every child that came in contact with these nasty ass men, every child lost. None of these children benefited from none of this. And because these children hurt the way they hurt because of this, I say lock their fucking mamas up. We don't need no other excuse, no other reason why the parents should be locked up. All you have to know is that they allowed those children to be there. Since when little girls go to an auto shop to sweep the floor and clean the goddamn bathrooms? Lock them up. Lock them up. Rod said, I love you, man. I already got a body. Shop owner, that is so contradictory. And is. And is. Ariane, that's the $1,000,000 question. Why would he be so invested if he hated Jarvis that much? But that's the lie. That's the lie. And it ain't our fault that now we realize that you lied, sir. JJ said, I bet they didn't fix not one car on my soul, JJ. JJ was so fucked up. Why is it that they took a broke Jaguar all the way to Ypsilanti? That bitch was never fixed. As much as they played with it, it was never fixed. All that shop was good for was changing signal light bulbs, putting air in a tire, maybe changing your windshield wiper. But for doing work, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't see it. Ron said that courtroom was the Oscar acceptance and the grand appearance. Absolutely. Sunshine said, no, Moca, you're not crazy, sis. Everything is on point, just not off paper. Absolutely. I didn't need the paper. I didn't need to see it in black and white to speak what I felt. And I spoke it, Sunshine, long before it even came out in black and white. Hmm. PJ said, roll him up. Let's make it make sense. Was Jarvis a good man or was he a thief? Oh, shit. The contradiction. The contradiction. Was he a good man, as you say? Because you was willing to go. That's what you told him. I'm going to go speak to the people. I'm going to go speak to the judge. And then maybe, and baby, maybe you could have a conversation with the judge too. Maybe they could put you on house arrest and I could let them know I got a job for you, baby. So was he a good man or was he a thief? Sunshine said they did a whole lot of bloody work going on at that shop and in that truck, girl. Rod said they didn't do anything major at that shop. They coined it like an oil change spot. I believe that. Hey, Tony, welcome, my love. Hope you had a good day. Leopard says, Mocha, do you think they move those oil storage barrels as well? Leopard. At the rate this shit is going, Leopard, nothing surprises me. Absolutely nothing, Leopard. Nothing. And if those barrels truly exist, if there's any evidence tied up to those barrels, Leopard, who knows? Who knows? Because my thing is, why the hell you felt the need for a U-Haul truck? They guilty, JJ. All of them. JJ said the sister, like a stand-in. She's not the only good guy. In this situation, I don't know if there's any good people. I have to be honest. In this situation, I don't know if there are any good people tied to this shit. I just gotta call it for what the fuck it is. Children coming up missing. Those that are not missing are hurting. And there was too many adults around this situation for these children to still be in the space that they're in. This don't make no damn sense. And if you seen a child that day, something in my gut tells me you've seen this shit before, because that was not your first time visiting that shop. I don't give a damn. I don't care. You got to call it for what the hell it is. And it has to make some form of sense. Marty said that auto shop was a front. Cars and men pulling up every day. Because where was those videos made Jarvis had? Why you got a sofa in a so-called garage? Did the cars see a therapist? Shit, Marty. Marty, wait a minute. Girl, where my drink at? Marty, I needed that laugh, girl. Because this shit here, you gotta laugh to keep from fucking crying. Marty want to know, did the cars need a therapist? Y'all got a damn sofa. Y'all got a sofa in a so-say auto shop. For what reason? And I don't want to hear shit about Jarvis Butts was homeless and that's where he slept. Jarvis had 79 women. No, he had 7 women. He had 7 women. And 62 children, because that's what he liked to play with. Shoosh. Shush. Absolutely, JJ, Angel, Shannon, King, Frank, you're up next. Nobody stepped in on this. Nobody. But yet y'all holding these type of conversation. Miss Miracle's mom said double crossers always double cross each other. Absolutely. Hell yeah, it was a master plan. They had them fixed it. They wasn't planning on Jarvis getting arrested. Because Frank even mentioned, and that was the first I ever heard of that shit, about Jarvis cutting his hair to change his identity. I never heard that shit before. So why would Frank say that? And if people going to the shop looking for you, Frank, because Jarvis said he was you, now that really don't make no sense. Because if Jarvis cut his hair to change his identity, then how could people come to the shop looking for you? Because Jarvis said he was you, and Jarvis hadn't got rid of his ponytail. So let's make this shit make sense. You're a horrible liar, sir. You are a horrible liar. Karen said Jarvis and Frank had a strong relationship, baby. Karen, when that motherfucker said, baby, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. What? Why the fuck you ain't fought for those children? Why didn't you fight for those babies, sir? You gonna tell a grown-ass man, baby, I'm fighting for you. But you ain't said a fuck thing about these babies. You ain't asked him what happened or what do he know about the disappearance of Naziah. All you said was you're a good dude. I believe you. I got everything in you and I got your back 100%. You never, not one time asked him. But you did say, I know you didn't do this. I know you was set up. Well, if you knew he was set up, who the fuck set him up? Boo Banger said, Moca, give me some lottery numbers, sis. Because you definitely called all this shit. You, Boo Banger. Shit. Marty says, I think Jarvis banged his skull on them jail bars when he got in there. Because he was delusional. Did he really believe his own bullshit he spurt out of his mouth? Karen said, Frank looked like a mafia man. And there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. Taking trips back and forth to his country. Closing the shop down, going on vacations because I got to go to my country. And now I stay a month and then I come back. But then we get the memo. Saudi Arabia. These girls are legally available to get married at the age of 8. The fucker 8-year-old look like taking a husband. Hey, Annie, welcome, my love. Ariane said Jimmy and roll him up. And Maurice, all of them turned on Jarvis. All of them. Jimmy didn't want to talk. Maurice didn't want to talk. None didn't want to talk. And the reason they didn't want to talk to Jarvis is because Frank told them, if y'all talk to Jarvis, y'all will lose your jobs. He didn't want them deeply involved. You see, it goes back to the type of people he has working at his shop. He said he didn't do background checks. He knew he had a bunch of misfits over there. Hey, Alicia, welcome, my love. Absolutely, that was the setup, them $7,000. Jarvis was greedy. Ross said they needed a Jarvis Butts who was sick in his way to make the product to sell. Dark web distribution, bam. But nobody believes that. Nobody believes. Listen, that's the basis for all of this shit. That's the basis for all of this shit. That's why the $7,000 keeps coming up. And that's why away from Jarvis Butts, Roll 'em Up was speaking one thing, but in front of Jarvis Butts, he was saying some other shit to keep Jarvis Butts comfortable and quiet. But on the back end, he was doing what he had to do to give him the fuck up. because I don't want to be tied into this shit. But yet the charges went away. So let me tell you something. Ain't shit gonna happen to roll them up. I don't give a damn how much we talk about it. I just have to be honest. Because in Detroit, bullshit walks as the money talks. It was money. Detroit old broke ass, it was money that the prosecutors accepted. The DA accepted. It was money that got those exploitation charges off of Jarvis Butts. It was money that made that particular charge disappear off of his record. Because had that charge stayed on his record, that meant they would have had to hunt. They would have had to investigate. They would have had to dig. And once they would have dug and dug and dug, the digital footprint would have came back and would have tied more and more people into this bullshit. And then the exposure would have been real. They didn't want to be tied into the dark web. Not with no Jarvis Butts. Huh. So they shut him all the way up. And the sad part about it, they shut Detroit up too. Shit. Victoria said Jarvis talked about that 7K to everybody but roll him up. Straight foolishness. Mm, mm. Leisure Lady says he was a sandwich. Frank on one side, King on the other. Shannon and Annette on the other. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, y'all, as much as you hear him trying to flex on these phone calls with the women, in real life, he wasn't shit. His mentality was sitting in the same area with those kids he played with. He didn't have the sense of a buzzard, and they knew it. He had no understanding. And they controlled him knowing that he was mentally incapable. But he felt like he was a man when he was with them slow women. That's why he chose the type of women that he chose. That's why. JJ said, Jarvis, but what you do with validation, he let them validate the fuck out of him. And look what happened. Oh, yes, JJ. They controlled him. They controlled the shit out of him. He was definitely a pawn. Ross said, that's why I believe they deleted him. No reason to keep him around. He was messing him up. JJ said the women let her know everything there was to know about Jarvis. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ariane Maurice kept saying $2,500. He was not changing his damn mind. And Roz, I agree with you wholeheartedly, sis. Leisure Lady said Frank on the slow side too. But doing what he doing, the way he doing it, he gotta be slapped. JJ said as soon as Frank opened his mouth, her gut instinct told her something just wasn't right. Marty said what he promised and what he got was nothing like he expected. He thought he was going to walk out of jail. He came out feet first. Sad part is, he took where and what happened to Nazaria with him. That's what getting locked up about. But you know what, Marty? Somebody else knows. Somebody else knows. somebody else knows exactly what happened to Nazaria Harris. Let me just say this, not what happened. Somebody else knows. Several motherfuckers knows exactly where Nazaria Harris is. That's crazy. Karen said Frank gets his goons to fix up Jarvis. Well, Karen, if you think about it, and if you go back and listen to that recorded conversation he had in the courthouse, he said that he had people waiting on Jarvis Butts. He said it. Hey, Greta, welcome, my love. He said it during the recorded conversation. He had people waiting on it. And you mean to tell me nobody picked up on that shit? JJ said Frank let his ego get in the way. Ms. Miracle's mom said these calls expose the crooked and the crock pot. Slow heads. They're slow. They're slow. For the life of me. For the life of me. I still can't digest the fact that ain't no noise being made still for Nazaria Harris. When all the proof is in the pudding, every dirty hand that had something to do with Jarvis Butts, knowing what he done, knowing how he done it, knowing the people that was around him, man, it ain't no rocket scientist do you need to put this shit together at all. I love her. I want justice for her. But God damn it, if you really want justice, let's talk about it. If you really want justice, and if you really on the up and up, and you're an upstanding ass, decent human being, whether it be your cousin or whether it be your niece, your friend, or whatever, the fact that she was a child, and you see all these men around, and you know what they're all capable of, why the hell in your world, in your mind, in your thoughts, all of them ain't a fucking suspect? How the hell can you pick and choose who the hell is a suspect? But you let y'all tell it, family members. Frank is a good man. The fuck? But there's no Nazaria. I don't give a goddamn what nobody say in this lifetime nor the next. Roll him up as guilty. In my opinion, he's guilty. King is guilty. Khalil, I see you, boo. Welcome to the chat, my love. Miss Gemini said, that's right, Mocha. The boss is pissed with all the stuff they bought out in the public. Hell yeah, Miss Gemini. Frank got sloppy. We talking about Jarvis was sloppy. God damn it, Frank was sloppy. Like he could have came out here and fixed it. You fixed it all right. Rod said now he out here thinking, oh damn, some of these niggas is smart. I should have shut up. He should have just shut the fuck up. Because he done dug a hole that he cannot crawl the hell out of. Karen says Annette and Shannon and Marcus need to be in prison too. Hell to the yes. Hell to the yes. Y'all think Frank cared? Frank ain't gave a damn. Money talks and bullshit walks. Khalil said no one should allow Frank on any panels to lie because he plain in their face. Absolutely, Khalil. Abso-goddamn-lutely. Fela said Jarvis is unalive because he left a paper trail of text messages between him and Naziah. It was supposed to be an open and closed runaway. The text messages put eyes on it, and they said he gotta go. Jarvis put him in danger. Mimi said Frank's kind run Detroit. He not fearing a thing. Mimi, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Again, like I said, money talk and bullshit walk. Look at what my girl said they pulled out of the shop. Look at what my girl said. Oh, yeah, because we got a U-Haul. They got a U-Haul to go clean the shop up. Bitch, you ain't need no U-Haul for no goddamn wrench, a plier, a screwdriver, and a goddamn oil can. Oh, and to move that fucking bed. Because y'all ain't did no work in that bitch, like I said, other than change light bulbs. That's all y'all did. Ross said they moved Metafiles. Metafiles ran over a streaming network, sometimes cataloged in a database. So, Ross, could that be the reason why Roll 'em Up was at the shop, a shop that he claimed he had no dealings with? He didn't own that. He supposedly didn't like Jarvis. Jarvis stole from him. So why are you there? Why are you there? Miss Jackson said, I knew Frank was full of shit. I don't know anyone who took him seriously in those interviews. Miss Jackson, I damn sure did not take his ass seriously. JJ said her family, not having Harris's family, don't have any fucking don't have no questions. It's crazy work. Absolutely. Marty said Jarvis said King and Frank owe him money. Marty, not just, he felt like King flipped on him once he started talking to Frank and found out that now I'm in contact with Frank just a couple of days after I done told King what the fuck I felt about Frank. Now all of a sudden, boom, I'm in contact with Frank. Well, how the fuck this happened? Because I just said I couldn't stand his ass. Marty said Jarvis said King and Frank owe him money. For what, Jarvis? For you being a flunky? Taking a fall? You ain't go to jail, Jarvis. Yet you suddenly take a plea deal in February 2024. And your trial ain't until March. Yeah, Marty. If Jarvis wanted to go out the way he went out, taking a fucking plea deal, Jarvis could have took that plea deal 2 years prior because he set his ragged ass in there and played with Tail Link or whatever the fuck, Tailmate. Tailmate probably sick of his ass and glad he gone. He set his ass there 2 years doing nothing. He could have did all of this shit 2 years ago. J. Rose said, I guess their mamas didn't tell them when you tell one lie, you got to keep lying. They call themselves some street people. Thank you, JJ. I'll be around, girl. Marty said these calls were supposed to be screened by the prosecutor. Now, if there were, why is Shannon and Annette Marcus, Tier 3, King, Frank, Drippy Dre, and the Harris Gamble clan not arrested with Jarvis? Because they all knew. Marty, that's what they need the paddy wagon for, Marty. That's, wait, JJ, you say you were blocked? Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna look on my other screen. I don't know why, but could somebody unblock JJ, please? On her, yeah. Could somebody unblock her? Because I don't know what happened. It was deleted. Let me see what that meant. Okay, I see it. I see it. Okay, that's acceptable. It could stay. I got her. All right. Marty said those calls were supposed to be screenshot. Absolutely, Marty. All of them, Marty. They all were part of it. They all. Is yours truly JJ? Dr. J. I appreciate it. Thank you, sis. I see somebody unhit her. Thank you. J. Rose says Detroit has been corrupt since I was a teen, and I'm 54 years old. Can't keep a chief, just seat filling, but yet Kim Worthy doesn't have any opponents. Stevie Wonder conceited shit. I've been saying this shit forever, J. Rose. Why isn't this lady never have opponents? Why nobody ever runs against her? But I read somewhere that every time somebody gets in a running to run against her, they're bought off. They're bought off. Now they need to make this shit make sense. This lady, her and Detroit needs to be investigated. Boo Banger said they all worried about the wrong stuff. Ain't no way I would have been carrying on a regular conversation. Nope, don't give a fuck. Is where the fuck is that baby? That's it. That's all. Cause honey, child. Miss Jackson said Shannon Jones and Kim Worthless. We have questions. Lots of them, Miss Jackson. Lots of them. Lots of them. PJ says, I believe they were screened by that damn corrupted ass prosecutor and he swept it under the rug. Absolutely, PJ, because there's no way they could make me believe all these calls are coming through. Y'all want to release them to the public now. You can't make me believe y'all didn't hear this bullshit. I know y'all heard them. So were y'all for the right thing? So were y'all for the right thing? That's corruption at its finest. And it's a shame because now the people of Detroit are afraid. They're afraid. But you mean to tell me nobody came into Detroit and is challenging why children are coming up missing left and right? Every other day, there's a child missing. And then it just disappears. It's not talked about. It's not looked into. But I guess that's what they expected with Naziah. Mimi said, Poppy will give all them folks the business. He don't let up on his questions. Hell no, he don't. Miss Jackson said DPD talking about there are no more calls. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Now they're trying to save ass. Miss Jackson, absolutely. If there ain't no more calls, I know damn well there were video calls. Jarvis had these women putting money all across the board. He would get mad at them if they were spending their money doing personal shit for themselves. Because if these women use their own money doing personal shit for themselves, Jarvis got absolutely upset because that was cutting him short. Thank you, sister girl. I'm so far behind these comments. Victoria said Watergate equals Jarvis is Jarvis Gates. It's about to go all the way down. Frankie must be catching it at the case. Girl. Mimi said, was it Mimi? Yeah, Mimi said, I think something big is breaking news will come out in the near future that will all connect back to Nazaya's case. And it won't be able to be swept under the rug again. I pray to God that this somebody comes back and open up this case and reveal all the corruption. And something is telling me in my gut, something is telling me, and I could be dead wrong, and I may not see it come into fruition. But I think if this Nazaya Harris case get busted wide open, I do believe it's going to open up the window to where all these other missing girls are. I do believe it's going to open up the window to where these other missing girls are. Because let me tell you something. This shit didn't just happen in a bubble. It didn't. Listen. They can't make me believe this. The shop owner and this man sitting up in here holding conversations. Shop owner, prosecutor. You mean to tell me y'all got a personal relationship like that? Make it make sense. Laurie said if Frank was getting his cut from all those activities in the shop, Laurie, you better know it. You better know he was. Mariah, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, baby. This is insane to me. This is insane. Nazaya deserved so much more. And it's a shame that strangers have to come out here and fight for justice for this child. But we've done our time in here, guys. And there's a part 2 to this. This is far from over. We're going to pick up where we left off on this. Because tonight's conversation wasn't about being messy. It wasn't about creating stories. And it damn sure wasn't about attacking nobody for entertainment. Tonight we were in here asking questions for shit that they put out there. One thing about this porch is always, what we're going to do is discuss the things that people keep trying to dance around. And we ain't dancing around this shit no more. And whether folks like it or not, we're still going to ask who knew what, who ignored what, and why do so many stories keep changing? I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. When grown people see questionable behavior around children and silence becomes part of their conversation, you ain't shit. And that's exactly why we continue revisiting this situation over and over again. It ain't that nobody's obsessed with this shit. It ain't that nobody's obsessed with this. Emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, this shit don't sit right. Not with decent people. It don't sit right. Now, whether y'all agree or disagree, it don't make a matter to me. I don't give a damn. But I do appreciate everybody that stepped on this porch with me tonight. Ross, thank you for supporting the channel, my love. Appreciate you, girl. Appreciate everybody that came on the porch and added to the conversation, because these things need to be discussed. Naziah deserves so much more. And every other child that's been caught up in this nasty web deserves so much more. Absolutely, Miss Jackson. Annette allowed Naziah to be at that shop. Marty said everything happens for a reason. These calls weren't brought about by accident. They're going to bring Naziah her justice in real life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, before y'all leave here tonight, make sure y'all hit the like button for your girl. Share the live out. 'Cause on this porch, y'all know who we are. Y'all know what we do. We're family over here. Leave your thoughts in the comments on the replay. Hype up that live on the replay. And for those of you that's not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can sit on this porch. Because one thing about this porch, we're going to laugh together. We're going to question things together, and sometimes we're going to drag the very uncomfortable truth out. Hey, Keisha, welcome. Keisha said he was taken out before he could blow the lid off the truths. Black Goddess, thank you so very much, sister. Thank you so very much. Purpose over popularity. Sis always keeps shining and grinding. Love you even more, sis. And sometimes, like I said, we go drag the uncomfortable truth out. Whether you like it or not. Miss Gemini, thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you for grabbing that membership, my love. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And I appreciate you all for helping your girl reach her goal. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And let's see. Sunshine, thank you so much, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that supported the channel, Cash App, Super Chat, Super Stickers, Jules, I appreciate you all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Now we're going to get out of here tonight. We're going to come back and finish this. But it's still justice for Naziah Harris. Love you all. God bless and good night.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Tapping if you real, we don't fake nothing here. Got a team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moca in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. nation in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's a chat where the truth and the love collide, where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's a call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Know that you're leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care are everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you, we stand with the truth. This is the Know the Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall with join the family.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. God bless and good night. See you all tomorrow.